The sound will be more elegant if it slowly fades out instead of being abruptly cut off. Let's change the volume levels with the Edit Envelope dialog box to fade out the sound. Select the first keyframe in the Sounds layer, and in the Properties panel, click the Edit Sound Envelope button. The Edit Envelope dialog box appears. Select the Seconds Viewing option and zoom in on the waveform so that we can see its end, which is around 2 seconds. Click the left channel above the 1 second mark. A box appears on the line indicating that a keyframe has been added for the sound volume. A corresponding keyframe is also added to the right channel. Click the left channel at about the 2 second mark at the very end and drag it down to the bottom of the channel. The downward diagonal line indicates a drop in volume from 100% to 0%. Click the corresponding keyframe in the right channel and drag it down to the bottom of this channel. Click the play button to hear the edited sound. The African flourish plays for about 1 second and then slowly fades away. Click OK to close the dialog box and accept the changes. If you don't want the sound on your timeline or you want to change it to a different sound, you can make those changes in the Properties panel. Select the first keyframe of the Sounds layer. If you want to delete the sound in the timeline, in the Sound section of the Properties panel, choose None from the Name menu. However, don't actually choose None for this part of the lesson because you'll want to keep it. To change the sound to a different sound, choose a new sound file from the menu. For these steps, choose africanbeat.mp3. The africanbeat.mp3 sound is swapped for the Afro-Latin beat mp3 sound. The settings in the Edit Envelope dialog box that clip the sound and fade it out are applied to the new sound. If you want a fresh instance of the sound without any custom clipping or volume adjustments, choose the None option from the Effect menu. Don't do this for your actual project, however. In the kiosk, the buttons that control animal sounds appear on your stage on the left. You'll add sounds to the buttons so that they play whenever the user clicks them. In the Library panel, double-click the icon of the button symbol called Sound Button 1. You enter symbol editing mode for that button symbol. The 3 layers in the button symbol help organize the content for the up, over, down, and hit states. Insert a new layer and name it Sounds. Select the down frame in the Sounds layer and insert a keyframe. Drag the monkey wave file from the Sounds folder in your library panel to the stage. A waveform for the monkey wave file appears in the down keyframe of the Sounds layer. Select the down keyframe of the Sounds layer, and in the Properties panel, in the Sound section, choose Start from the Sync menu. When sync is set to start for a keyframe, the sound is triggered whenever the playhead enters that particular keyframe. Choose Control Test, and test the first button to hear the monkey, and close the preview window. Repeat steps 1 through 7 for sound button 2 and sound button 3, but this time add the lion and elephant wave sounds respectively to their down states. Click Scene 1 in the edit bar to exit symbol editing mode. The first step in converting your video file to a compatible Animate format is to add the video to Adobe Media Encoder for encoding. Launch Adobe Media Encoder. Choose File, Add Source, or click the Add Source button with the plus sign icon in the Q panel. A File dialog box opens that allows you to select a video file. Navigate to the Lesson 10 Start folder and select the Penguins MOV file. and click Open. The Penguins MOV file is added to the queue of files for processing and is ready for conversion to your choice of video format. Converting your video files is easy, and how much time it takes depends on how large your original video file is and on your computer's processing speed. In the first column under Format, stick with the selected default H.264. H.264 is a widely accepted codec for web video and works with the video components in Animate. Click the down arrow in the Preset column to open the preset menu. The video presets determine the dimensions of the video and quality of the video based on specific playback platforms and devices. Select Match Source, High Bitrate. Click the name of the preset you just chose. The Export Settings dialog box appears with advanced settings for cropping, resizing, clipping, and many other video and audio options. Click the Video tab. Deselect the Match this property to the source video to allow the video to be resized, and enter 432 for the width. Click outside the field to accept the change. Because the Constrain Proportions option is selected, the chain link icon, Animate modifies the height to 320 to keep the proportions of your video consistent. Click OK. Animate closes the Export Settings dialog box and saves your advanced video and audio settings. To choose a different location or a different file name for your encoded video, click the link under the Output File column. Click the Start Queue button, the green triangular icon in the upper right-hand corner. Adobe Media Encoder begins the encoding process. The encoding panel shows the progress of the operation, along with a preview and the encoding settings. When the encoding process finishes, Done appears in the status column of the queue panel. You now have the penguins.mp4 file in your Lesson 10 Start folder, along with the original Penguins MOV file.